In the United States, we give a lot of pain medicine. We have so many luxuries and we've come so far, and here we don't have as much.
A team of Utahns travels across the globe on a mission to help children.
Now, these kids were all born with ear deformities. Good for Utah's Jason Nguyen followed the team to Vietnam to see their work firsthand.
It begins with the picture and ends in a world of difference. This is Dr. Scott Thompson's 15th international trip. Hello. This time, Dr. Thompson left his home in Davis County, traveling more than 8,000 miles to Vietnam.
Length of fossa triangularis. They're certainly more prevalent, congenital deformities in countries with large populations that maybe have a lot of poor people.
He comes to Hanoi, Vietnam to work at the National Ear, Neck, and Throat Hospital. Hundreds are already waiting.
I can see that the American doctor is very good and very nice.
To help you?
Yes, me and many people in Vietnam.
Dr. Thompson travels with his team, Ginger Matkin and Tyler Yates. They perform what is called a microtia surgery on children and young adults, reconstructing the entire ear.
They might just be born with the earlobe or just a little bit of cartilage, and so they're missing all of this other part of the ear. And so it's a surgery where we take cartilage from the chest and we fashion it and shape it and carve it and stitch it until it looks close to a real ear, and then we put it under the skin.
The three are working with the Help Us Give Smiles Foundation, or HUGS for short. The foundation is full of doctors, nurses, anesthesiologists, and aides who volunteer their time performing this difficult surgery. It can take 5 to 7 hours to complete just one. This week's goal is 50 cases.
I am amazed at these kids when they wake up, these are young kids, how brave they are and how stoic they are in dealing with their pain.
Stoic because this is probably one of the easiest things these children will go through in life.
Some of the countries that I visit, they really are ridiculed, and they have a lower social station because of these problems, and this just helps them to be able to achieve what they want in life, and also to avoid being teased or kind of treated unfairly by those around them.
Some of these children have been kicked out of homes. Their fathers and mothers left them to die because a defect was seen as a stain on the family. It's often the aunts, uncles, or grandparents who step in to help. They risk everything to see these doctors in hopes of a new life.
Feel a sense of responsibility that this is that important to them, and it makes me motivated to come and do it, because obviously it's something that they're willing to give up a lot for.
After surgery, you see something different, a smile. While these patients are only given 200 milligrams of Tylenol to ease the pain, the relief from bullying will be lifelong.
I think it's a lesson to us that many of these kids have very little, but they're still happy, and there's a lot of ways to find happiness just besides having, material things.
A group of Utahns travel across the globe to Vietnam to help children in need.
Now, these medical professionals perform reconstructive surgeries, taking part in the patient's rib, just taking a part of it and using it to construct a new ear. Good for Utah's Jason Nguyen went on their most recent trip. Joins us now live in the studio. Jason.
Yeah, these medical professionals are part of the Help Us Give Smiles Foundation, or HUGS for short. They work long hours and ended up performing 49 successful surgeries on children. When we had a little free time, the group explored the culture of Hanoi. Hanoi, Vietnam. Home to 7 million people. That's comparable to Chicago. In this section of town called the Old Quarter, you can find anything you want. In Hanoi, every street has its own name, like Meat Street, Fish Street. This is Clothing Street. If you end up lost in these busy streets, the friendly natives will take time to point you in the right direction. Most of the businesses here in Hanoi are actually homes. They open up the first floor of their home to the business. On the second floor is where everyone lives. Traffic is organized chaos. You have to trust that they won't hit you.
Yeah, you have to trust.
Building up trust is easier said than done. The key to these streets is predictability.
Don't stop, and the people will try to avoid to hit you.
What will make you stop is the smell of food. It's simply amazing.
It's exciting to visit a different country and to experience that culture and that food.
The native broth, called pho, comes in all flavors: chicken, beef, and my favorite, duck. You can also find fresh veggies, handmade spring rolls, and if you feel like trying something more on the exotic side, take a look at this fish. I'm still trying to figure out what it is. The people from the Hugs Foundation work 12 to 15 hours each day, so street food is a saving grace. Take a look at it. There's all types of stuff: mushrooms, chicken, pork, eggplant, and I'm just getting it, so let's try it. The food, it was so good. It had butter on it. It was amazing. I mean, the food was so good, but when all said and done, this trip was a life changer. Not only for the children, but everybody that was a part of the Hugs mission.
All right, so what do you think is so different between Vietnam and the U.S.?
You know, right after we got done eating that food, we walked down the street. It was midnight, and we found children, you can see right here, going to school, you know, their parents working all day long, and they're learning in class right there. And I actually picked up a couple of things myself.
Really?
So,
At midnight?
at midnight.
Wow. Now, we just saw you, because we got to go back to this because we skipped over a little bit. You're shoving food in your mouth. We've been talking about the food. Did you get any exercise in when you were over there?
We did. Exercise was actually a pretty cool thing out there. They actually go out to the parks, you see right there. They do their Tai Chi out in the parks. They also do it on the sidewalks here, I think. They're right there on there, so you can see that. Exercise is free, and they all do it outside. So, I mean, what better way to enjoy Vietnam?
No kidding. That was really cool. Thanks, Jason.